Okay. All right. So we're going to start seated here. Okay. You know what I think I did, Taman? I think I entered my other class that I had in the morning. I think that's what happened. All right. So, sorry about the months. So we're going to start breathing on the ball. Find a comfortable position for you to sit. On the ball, anything narrower is going to always challenge your balance more. Anything wider will give you more support for balance. So pick whatever is comfortable for you between narrow and wide. Okay. And just breathe. Now, try not to be tucked over arches, okay, actually, a little bit. But try to imagine that you're sitting right over your sit bones, just like we're sitting on the floor, okay? And then we have the head, the ribs stacked over the pelvis. And then we're gonna go through our breathing. You can start with abdomen or just torso breathing. Give me 2-3 breaths until you're settled in that. And then we're gonna start going into our rib breathing. Okay. Whenever you're ready, start sending your breath to the back, side, and front of the torso. Think of rib breathing, so expanding that rib cage, back, side, and forward. And then pulling the abdominals in. And as we keep breathing, I'm going to start cueing the pelvic floor up as well. Good. So make sure you see all of this contracting and expanding. Yeah? Expand and then contract in. Good. Now, on the breath out, we're going to activate the pelvic floor. So I want you to imagine that you're pulling the ball up your pelvis, up all the way to your belly button. Okay? So on the breath in, same thing, expansion back, side, and front. On the breath out, we're going to pull the ball up with the pelvic floor, and we're going to scoop the abdominals and keep lifting it all the way to the rib cage and then hug the ribs in. Breathing in and out. Just think of pulling that ball off the ground to activate the pelvic floor, and then the whole torso is going to hug, scoop and hug in. Good. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to release pelvis and back. So I'm going to face you sideways, okay, here. And we're going to try to keep the shoulders still. We're going to breathe in, push the ball back with the pelvis. So we're trying not to lean with the torso. We're just trying to push the ball with the pelvis back. So you're tipping your pubic bone towards the ball. Then on the breath out, you're going to pull the ball, scoop the abdominals, round forward. And I'm still keeping my shoulders relatively where it started. Breathe in, lengthen the spine, push the ball back. So look how much I've grown. Breathe out, scoop and round. Breathe in. So it's the same pelvic tilts that we do laying down on the ground. Yeah, but the ball helps you a lot with that mobility. So as you move into push back, move out to scoop and round forward, we're trying to find more mobility through the pelvis and through that low back. And as you find that mobility, you're going to really activate that pelvis to use that tailbone pushing the ball forward. Breathe in, tailbone pushes the ball back. Breathe out, scoop, push the ball forward. Scoop and lift. Breathe in, grow tall, send that tailbone and the ball back. Breathe out, scoop and lift the abdominals, roll that tailbone forward. Nice. Always growing tall, 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 okay? That crown of the head is constantly reaching towards the ceiling. And you're trying not to collapse as you scoop, yeah? You're staying tall. Barely losing height as you scoop it forward. Good. Finish your last one. And now we're going to go side to side. So I'm going to face you again. Feel free to face me again if you want. And now I'm going to push the ball side to side. So releasing the side of the back, using the side of the waist. So grow tall and breathe out. Push the ball to one side. Breathe in, bring it back. Breathe out, push it to the other side. And again, I'm not moving from here, right? Nice. Side to side. Keep your ribs and your pelvis stacked and don't let your butt roll back or tuck forward. We're trying to keep as much neutral as we can. Okay, with the sit bones and the tailbones reaching straight down to the ball. Side to side. Good. Good. You should feel that your pelvis is releasing a little bit, right? Good. And you should feel there's a side that's tight. For me, it's this side. I can't go as far. This one goes. Okay, so now with the front and back and side to side, we're going to draw a circle with the ball on the ball. So I'm going to start with a pelvic tilt. I'm going to breathe out, push the ball forward with my tailbone. From here, I'm going to roll and push the ball to my right, it's your left. Then I'm going to arch, push it back. I'm going to push it to the other side and back to you. So I am anchoring my rib cage all the way to the crown of my head, and I'm trying to roll the ball around my upper torso. Let's think around your head. Okay, it's a breath in to go back inside, and then it's a breath out from the side to scoop, bring it forward and to the side. Breathe in, back inside. Breathe out, round, scoop, and go to the other side. Try to do one more. Okay, so that's about 5, and we're now going to reverse it. So you're going to breathe in, side and back. Breathe out, scoop from this side back to starting position. Breathe in, keep going through that crown. Breathe out. Ooh. What happened? What the hell?
Well, no, we can still hear you and see
you. You can? Oh, yes. It closed my computer. It's so strange.
Wow, that's strange.
My computer just shut. Could you still see me or just hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We can see you and hear you.
Okay, so let's continue those circles. I don't know if you finished 5 to this side.
Okay. No.
Rounding to this side and back, breathing out, scooping from this side and in. Good. All right, if we're kind of done with 5 from this side, we're gonna now just sit on the ball. So you should feel a little bit more comfortable over that ball, right? And then I'm gonna just stretch the upper torso a little bit. So we're gonna hold the ball with one arm. So let's maybe start with your right arm. Lift your left arm up. Try to keep your pelvis still and go into a side bend. So shift a little bit and side bend. If you're not stable, open up the legs and then it stabilizes you a bit more. You can stretch maybe a little bit more. Keep the stability, breathe in to lengthen, breathe out, and bring it back. Good, and reach up. Breathing in, breathe out. Okay, your hand can press against the ball, make you lift, and it stabilizes you as well. Okay, if you don't want to use the hand, you can use core. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, scoop the belly and lift as you go to the side. So the ball doesn't allow you to compensate. So you can't do this, otherwise you fall off. Let's do one more to each side. And keep that connection with the bottom ribs and hip. Lengthening. Lock your elbow and reach away from the body. So now let's also use the pelvis for the stretch. We're gonna go up, and as we go to the side, we're gonna take the hip with us. So we're gonna go hip and arm, opening up. So now push the hip and the ball that way, lift the rib and the arm and stretch. Should be a deeper stretch. Bring the ball back, bring the arm back, and come back. Okay, arm goes up. Now we're gonna shift the ball that way, and we're gonna go with the arm. So the ball and the arm are going that direction. So Tamara, I think you need to shift the ball that way more. Yes, there you go. So ball that way, arm that way. So all of this is opening up. Now pull the ball back in and come back up and release the arm. Yeah, did you feel that? So one more to each side. Keep this rib stacked so we're not arching. Lift. Push the ball that way first so we know, and then go the same direction of where the ball is. And reach. Keep pushing this rib cage across to help you open up this. Hold it. Let's open up and breathe to the rib cage. Reaching and locking the arms. Breathe out. Push the ball, push the rib. Lengthen, grow taller. Last breath, and we come back. Arm to ceiling. Connect. Push the ball that way. And let's take the rib across. Grow taller. Want this arm pulling up. Now breathe. 3 breaths. Open. And more. Ball that way. Torso that way. Open. Last one. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. And bring it back. Wow. Good. Tap the pelvis forward and back and release that back again. Roll the ball forward. Roll the ball back. Roll the ball forward. Good. All right. Just a little rotation to continue the release of the back. So hand goes on your knee. Take the hand to the back of the ball as far back as you can reach it. Lengthen the spine. So you're here. Lengthen the spine and press into the knee, rotate. 3 breaths here. Breathe in to lengthen. Breathe out, press into the leg, rotate. If your hand walks back on the ball more, you can take it. Breathe in, breathe out. On your next breath in, you can release. Essa bola é muito grande, pega a outra. And the other side, hand here, hand on ball. Press, push into the ball, push into the arm, into the leg, and breathe out, rotate. Grow taller, breathe out, rotate. Good. If you're leaning, the ball is rolling, it's because you're compensating. Try to align the spine so you're not compensating. On your next breath in, bring it back in. All right. So, all that spinal mobility, I'm sorry, it just feels so good, so I spent time on it. Okay, let's get that core going. So, we're going to march, all right? Our marches are this way. Now, hands can stay on the ball, help you stabilize as much as you want. Let's grow really tall. Get the tailbone and the sit bones really reaching down, grow tall. Align the bottom ribs with the bottom hip. Hug everything, lengthen to the back of the body, connect to the front. We're gonna march. So legs come in a bit closer. And when you're ready, you're gonna stabilize your right side and march the left leg up. And then it comes down. And we're trying not to move the ball. Looks really simple, it's not. Stabilize the side. So this is my stronger side. So look, woo, leg goes up and down, no problem. Oh, maybe a little bit. And again, okay? Now, as you start feeling stability and you don't want to hold on to the ball, now you can reach your arms forward or just cross it here and continue the movement, just working that core. Yeah, pick what you want. Use arm as much as you need or not. Yeah, I know, it's not hard. It's very hard. Just muting everyone. Okay, let's try to do 4 more. So there's a strong side where the leg just floats up, easy. And then there's weak side that it doesn't, like this one. So watch, this is my weak side. Watch what happens to my pelvis. As I lift the leg, the hip compensates by going to the side. So don't let that happen. Okay, try to keep the hips and the ball still. Really work the weaker side to come up without the pelvis going to the side. So pay attention to see if that's happening with you or not. Okay, so this stronger side, I don't need to compensate as much, I guess. But this weaker side, my hip wants to go and it wants to compensate to allow me to lift that leg. Yeah? All right, so to make it a little bit harder, we're gonna lift, we're gonna straighten, flex, point, bring it down. Okay? So finding stability, start with the hand again if you want to. And you're going to lift. Straighten as much as you can. Flex, point, bring it down. Okay, and we're not going to move. So find your stability. Hand is supporting you. March. Breathe in, breathe out. Reach, flex, point, bring it down. So we're doing 6 to 8 of these. Reach. Flex, point. Do it at your own turn. Again, serious hip flexor stuff. So if you cannot reach it all the way, just go as far as you can. Flex, point, bring it back. So the quads and the hip flexors are working quite a bit. And if you feel, oh, it's gonna cramp, it's pulling on my back, then you shouldn't be straightening all the way. I think we have 2 more. Woo! Flex, point, bring it in. Good job. Okay, so anytime you need to release side to side, roll forward and back, you can do that. Okay? All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do like the roll down and the roll up. And we're gonna do it walking the legs. So we're gonna take this pelvic tilt, okay, into a deeper work. So I'm gonna tilt my pelvis, I'm gonna round it to push the ball forward. I'm gonna keep pushing the ball forward and I'm gonna walk my feet as far as I want. I can go all the way to my shoulder, make sure I'm not sagging. Then I'm gonna push back and I'm gonna walk my feet back to sitting position. Okay, so it's sort of like a bridge with a roll, yeah? The abdominals are going to be rounded all the time that you're doing this. So find space around. My socks are a bit sticky, not so sticky socks. So your socks are not gonna let you do it either. So we're gonna round, yeah. Once the ball doesn't go anymore, I'm gonna walk to allow my pelvis to keep rounding. So if you wanna make sure you can do it up to a point, you can do it to this, and then push back with the torso and the legs until you're back to your sitting position. Arms can be reaching. The reaching arm activates your lats, and a lot of times it gives you more stability. So it can be here or here, either reach the elbows or reach the arms. Scoop. First, ground and push the ball. Doesn't go anymore. Now keep rolling. You keep rounding the pelvis, rounding the pelvis, rounding the pelvis. Go as far as you want. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to come into a full bridge position, and then I'm going to crunch, push the ball back with my ribs. So crunch, and then push the ribs, round the pelvis, press back, come up to seated position. It's a lot of work. All right, let's do 3 more. Go, round. Doesn't go anymore. I keep tucking my pelvis. I keep rounding back and pelvis. I'm still tucked. I'm gonna try to go even further. I'm keeping my crunch. Now I'm gonna crunch more and push the ball back with my rib cage. With my upper rib, now with my bottom rib, I'm rounding. This is a tricky spot right there. Good. And go. Try to give me 1 or 2 more. Round, push the ball forward. Keep the tailbone gliding that ball forward. Take baby steps so you don't slide. Good. Keep the crunch. Keep looking forward. Good. Now crunch and push the ball back with your upper ribs, mid ribs, lower ribs. So this is your challenge point right here. Lower abdominals and back up. I know we can do one more. Now everything is kind of loose. Go round and walk. Walk. Tamara's walking into her computer. Round. Tiny baby steps. Go as far as you can. Lift that butt up. Now crunch. So press the ribs into the ball. And upper ribs, mid ribs, the pelvis is rounded. It's that challenge point with the lower abdominals. And here we go. Wow, my quads hurt. So we're gonna walk forward one more time and we're gonna hold and we're going to be doing crunches, okay? Now, you don't have to go very far. I'm gonna show you different positions. You can stay laying on the ball and right here where the ball is not so high for you, okay? So when you crunch, you don't have a lot of extension. If you go back more, this is actually harder because you're gonna have to tuck the pelvis, you have to hold it. And look how much extension you have, which means your range of motion is much more. So you can choose to do this much range of motion or come forward, drop the butt a little bit more, open the legs or close, and then just do the smaller range of motion for the crunch, okay? Pick your spot. So we're going to be doing about 8 to 10 crunches, and then why not? We're gonna try to add marches to the crunch. Okay, this is gonna be really challenging. So if you just need to go to your toe, you can. As you crunch, you can just go to toe instead of lift and back. So let's just find a spot for the crunch. Pick where you wanna be. Maybe I'm gonna be at an angle to see you guys a little bit better. Remember, narrow legs harder, wider legs easier, more supported. Even inner thighs together is gonna give you more work. So I'm gonna go for the big extension. So here, I don't drop my bum. I'm lifting the bum off the ball. And then I'm gonna round over the ball. I am supporting my head. So it's my back that's rounding. My chin is going towards my chest. Now I scoop my belly. I press the back of the ribs into the ball to lift me. My head is nice and long. I'm not pulling my head forward. Yeah, watch this. Keep the head back, just pull with the ribs. Breathe in, round over that ball. Breathe out, scoop the belly in first. Drag the ribs down towards the pelvis against the ball to lift you, and the head stays in line with the spine. 3. Don't loosen the abdominals completely when you go into extension. Keep the abdominals engaged as you arch over the ball. Butt is lifting off, up. We're not collapsing the butt on the ball. 5. Hands behind the head, elbows wide, scapula squeezing, and neck staying long and away. Your hand is pulling your neck up, not pushing it forward. 2 more. Okay, if you need to rest a little bit, you can walk forward and rest. We're gonna add the marches to this. So let's try to do 6 to 8 of these. And remember, if you cannot lift the leg as you crunch, you can just go onto your toes and try to lift it. Because one side, this one works for me, and this one, not as well. Because my opposite side is my weak side, not supporting me enough. So find just position. So if you don't want to arch so much, you don't have to. You can lay your butt a little bit on the ball and come forward, like I said before. Okay, so here's going to be a little easier. Huh? Your glutes are down. It's easier to get into that march. Pick your number and try to do 6 to 8. So arching over the ball, glutes up, scoop, press into the ball, March up, go into the toes. Take your time if you have that challenge to lift, like me on that side. Breathing in, but keeping the abdominals engaged. Breathe out, crunch and march. Try not to pull the neck or to stress the neck and shoulders trying to do this. I got it. Nice job. I'll try to lift that leg up, keeping the stability on that ball. Good. And then finish it off with whichever side you need to finish it off with. Good. Very challenging, this one. It gets better towards the end when we're done. Okay. So one last abdominal exercise. If you need to rest, just come down a little bit. We're going to come back up and we're going to do some oblique work, okay? And then we're going to go into some bridges. So you're going to come up, try to get the ball to the shoulders, hands together. Pelvis is going to stay as still as possible. You're going to push the ball away, rotate to one side, come back to center, rotate to the other side. Okay, so we've done some rotations to warm up the spine. See how it feels for you. So my head is up, so I don't keep it dangling back. So I'm back into that crunch position. Okay, so look, pelvis goes up, I crunch also. And then you rotate the torso, you're pushing the ball away with your shoulders. And then you come back in, push the ball away with the shoulders. The pelvis is up and the legs are stable. Okay, let me see if this way you guys can see it as well. So I'm here, I'm crunched, my pelvis is up, I'm pushing the ball away with the shoulder, I'm bringing it back, pushing the ball away, keeping my arms together, and trying to just rotate that torso. My scapulas and my whole shoulders on the ball, that's what's moving me. Lift the pelvis, abs tight. Rotate, bring it in. Keep the head up like a crunch. So I'm looking right between my arms. Scapulas are hugging on the side of my rib cage. Rotate, bring it in. Breathe out to rotate. In, lift that pelvis, abs tight. Good, let's do 4 more. Nice, shoulders away from the ears, please. Nice, and relax again, drop. Nice work, that one feels good. All right, and since we are still in this position, we've got to do our bridges this way, right? So I'm gonna show you this direction. From here, again, we're gonna walk it out. So now it's real bridges. My head and my shoulders are resting on the ball. I'm lifting my pelvis up. Abs are really tight. So we're doing that small tuck that we've been doing on the ball the whole time to pull the abdominals and lift the glutes. My legs are hip width. My knees are forward. We're going to drop and lift, tuck and lift. So it's like hip bridges with the thrusts, right? So head and shoulders on the ball. Toes facing forward, knees forward. If you feel you need to open your legs a little wider or bring your feet a little forward because of your knees, go ahead. Okay, so the feet forward of the knee is going to give you less pressure on the knee. Also, ball between your inner thighs is going to take pressure off the knees. All right, so hands crossed on the chest. If you feel like you need to reach the arms up, you can. Now, scoop the abdominals, tuck the pelvis, and then you lift, right? So there should be 0 pressure on the low back. The abs are keeping it still. William, drop your chest and ribs a little bit. Your ribs, drop it. Yeah? Your chest is too high. Good. So drop the butt and round the pelvis, scooping the abdominals and lift. And drop. There you go. That's it. Round the pelvis first. So you're scooping and you're lifting, keeping that abdominal super tight. That's it. Good job. 3. Reach the knees forward. 4. Before you come up, we're rounding and then we're lifting. And after working 200%. 5. Relax your shoulders, Tamara. 6. Good. 7. You're just relaxing the pelvis down. That's all that's happening with the pelvis. Round and lift. Nice rhythm. Good. 8. Scoop. Round and then we lift. Knees forward. I lost count. 9. Only those suffering. Watch your shoulder and neck, Tamara. 10. Stay here at the top. Scoop. And tiny pulses. So scoop, round, and lift. Scoop, round, and lift. 3, 4. From the butt here only. 5. After super tight. 6. The tailbone is tucked. 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it down. Woo! I felt that. Relax one leg. Cross one leg over. Pull and stretch. Oh. That was painful. If it doesn't work, Tamara, that's fine. You can be here on your arms crossed, yeah. I'm really sticking that ball under me to hold me. So if you keep pulling this leg back, then it deepens the stretch, right? You can also gently push the knee away, but usually this is not. This cat is here doing like a mess. Release the leg and let's stretch the other side. So pull this over, bring that leg in. Good. Five to 6 breaths. All right, so let's turn sideways from here. Bring them all in. Let's come up. All right, so we're going to be doing side leg here with the support of the ball. We had the support of the ball last class with the small ball. Now we have a big ball, big support. Okay, so what happens here is hand on the ball, I lean, okay? So scoop and lift, connect, so tuck the pelvis still. Now I lean into the ball, it's taking all my weight. Then my arm is here just for enough support, and that leg comes out, okay? So it's super easy. You bring that ball in, lean completely into it. There, it's got my weight. There, good. So my body's in line with it, Tamara. So lean into the ball in one line, good. And then this leg comes out. Now, tuck the pelvis a little bit, connect the abdominals, connect the ribs, lengthen the back of the body with that leg. Good. And then hands can come on the waist, which we're gonna try to lengthen, and we're gonna lift that leg up. It's not gonna go very high. The more you lean into the ball, the more room you're gonna have to move. 1, good. Don't let your back arch when you lift. 2, nice. Watch your shoulders, yeah? Away from the ears. 3, good. Toes facing down. 4, I'm not rotating it up. It's facing forward. 5, tailbone reaching long with that leg. 6, lift that core, yeah? 7, 8, 9, yeah? No movement on the waist. 10, stay here. Rotate the toes to the floor as much as you can in the thighs and pulse. 1, 2, knee facing the floor. 4, 5, 6, 7, keep this rotation. 8, 9, 10, bring it in. Do we need a rest? No? Excellent. Okay, we need a rest. Bring the leg in and rest. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead like we did in the small ball. We're gonna do another set with the foot flexed, then we're gonna go into leg kicks. Okay? All right, so again, bring the ball in and lean into it. So keep that core and that neutral that we had here. Nothing has changed from this position. It's just now sideways. Okay, lift the abdominals, leg goes side. Now flex the foot. Toes facing the camera, heels reaching further out. Tuck a little bit, scoop, pull the ribs in, connect, and let's go. 1. Try to keep your toes towards the floor. 2. It's okay if your leg is slightly forward. 3. I like it in line. 4. Lengthen. Lift from here. 5. 6. Lift this a little bit more, Tamara, from here. Good. 7. Look, big toe touching, the other toes not. 8. 9. 10. Stay there. Flex that foot, reach longer, scoop and pulse. 1. 2. Reaching through the heel. 4. 5. 6. Lift the waist. 8. 9. 10. Stay up. Let's kick. Kick forward, point, reach back. Kick forward, the ball, reach back. Breathe in and out. Don't move the pelvis. Breathe in. The low back shouldn't be moving. Look, doesn't change, doesn't go back, doesn't pop forward. 4. 5. Keep that leg straight. Lengthen the body. 7. I'm gonna make you suffer and make 10. 8. 9. Don't move this. 10. Oh, la la. Sit to the outside. Oh, that was really intense. Stretch. If this bothers your knee, don't do it. You can just sit and cross leg. Yeah, the number 4 we were doing before. Wow, breathe to this whole side of the ribs. You should be able to be feeling it all the way down to where we worked. Reach the arm long, lock the elbow, reach. Oh, good job. All right. So we're gonna go back. I gave you a nice break. And we're gonna do a side plank. So this is really intense on your shoulders. If you can't do it, you can do it on the knee. You can also keep knee down and just hold here. Do it on the floor if you have any shoulder or neck issues. Okay, this is intense. So we're not doing anything. We're just gonna go up. I'm gonna walk, look at my count, my seconds, and see if we can hold 30 seconds. Okay? So from here, use this hand on the ball to help you stabilize. This hand, put it on the ball, yes. Now, when you feel you have enough pressure, lift the hip and the waist and drag the leg back. Ah. Okay, we're on the clock. Push your elbow into the ball. Lift the waist and the ribs. It's miserable. Keep one knee down if you need to, as much as you need to. I fell. 15 seconds. Good. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the inner thighs if you can. Feet wide on the floor, not on the tiptoes. The whole back of one foot, the whole inside of the other. In 3, 2, 1. Yeah. That was great. All right. Let's move to the front. Let's do a front plank. And then we're going to go back to the other side. And then we do another plank. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk. I'm gonna come all the way here. I'm gonna put my belly on the ball. And I'm gonna try to walk as far forward and as far back as I can, okay? So we can try to do, I don't know, anywhere between 4 to 6 of these. So starting here, hands go on the mat. My legs are going to float up. I'm gonna walk forward as far as I can. I don't need to go very far, but you can go all the way to the shin. And then the challenge is walking back. Now, you can rest after each one or walk as far as you can. Keep the legs up and continue. If you need to rest, bring the legs down. Okay? So keep your head down, keep the abdominals lifted, keep the glutes squeezing, keep the pressure of the legs on the ball. So here I've gone to my foot and walking it back. That core and the glutes and the legs have to be really active. Yeah, it's a lot of work. That's 2. So once that belly comes off the ball, you're lifting it off the ball. So pubic bone and belly button to ceiling. Like almost you want to lift that pelvis. Yeah, you want to lift that pelvis. You want to touch the butt all the way to the ceiling. Good, keep going. That's 3. Woo! Catching breath. Nice, Tamara. Lift the belly. Lift the abdominals. Lift the pubic bone. Don't let that low back sink. That was 4. Collapsing. All right, let's try to do 6. Lift those abdominals. Lift. Good job. Good torso. Good. Try to alternate hands every time. Nice. And then we're going to go for our last one. This is my 6. For those of you who cannot walk, I should have said this earlier. Oops. Try to hold a plank. The more your body's on the ball, the less pressure it's on the arms. You can just hold it if you need to. Okay? Of course, the less body is on the ball, the more work. Let's stretch. So, circle the wrists. Good job. That was really well done. Way to keep that torso and core working. Good. Then we can stretch a little bit here, hands on the ball, pelvis up and press down. Yeah, so we stretch that chest. Watch your shoulders. If this is too much, just sit back and do a milder stretch here with the pelvis sitting on into the thighs. Arm as wide as you can, shoulders wide is the most important thing. Very good. And let's do the other side. So side hips on the other side. Okay. Isn't it fun working with a big ball? All right. So ball, I was wondering why not many people signed up. Now I know. Ball pressing into you. Lean, keep that alignment of the body. And then arm just drops into the ball. Good. So lift this waist up. Yeah, lift. And then leg comes out and it's pointed. Now ground the pelvis, pull the ribs in and connect all this. You should feel like you're doing an abdominal exercise. Toes facing down, knees facing down. And let's go up and down for 10. 1. And we're not shortening here. 2. 3. Shoulders nice and wide. 4. Tamara, look here. I need you to lift this. 5. Good. 6. Keep the waist and the ribs lifting that direction. 7. 8. 9. 10. We stay up. 10. Lengthen, rotate the thigh down and pulse. 1, 2, 3. Knee facing the floor. 5. Keep that pelvis rounded. 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it in. Good. Rest. We already worked the other side, so the stability leg is working really hard, which was this leg before, so it's tired. All right. Let's go. Lean. There goes the elbow. Reach the leg. Lift the whole torso up. Okay, if you feel like your hand here can help, you can put it there, here. on the ball for more stability. It's up to you. Flex. Now, toe facing the floor, thigh rotated in, but pelvis rounded. Let's go. Flex and go what? 1, reaching through the heel. 2, watch the shoulders. 3, good. Touch the big toe. 4, nice. 5, 6, 7, 8, flex and reach through the heel. Oops, 9, 10, stay up. Round, reach the heel and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. And rest. All right, we have those miserable 10 leg kicks that I insisted there were 10. Now we pay the price. All right, it's a little longer rest because we are fatigued. Okay, so it's a flex and a point, and there's no movement on the pelvis. Remember, it has to be completely still, and the movement only happens on the hip joint. So lean, elbow comes down, press into the ball, tuck, 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 round. Flex that foot and lift. And let's flex forward without flexing from the pelvis, point and reach back. Lifting the abdominals and not arching the back. 2, 3, flex forward, point back. Reach as long as you can. 5, terrible counting. 6, point. 7, flex, point, tuck. 8, 9, I shouldn't see any movement on your low back. And maybe 10. I think it's 1 more because I skipped a number. Just wow. Good. So what we did is we fell over to the side and we stretched here. So when you drop, there's already a stretch. Reach up, lock the elbow, and go sideways. Nice. We still have that lovely 30-second plank, side plank, and then we do 1 more double arm plank. Good. All right, ready? So, elbow and ball. Okay, this hand here for support. Take the leg, so the whole arch of the foot is on the ground. When you move the other leg, the whole side of the foot is on the ground. So pull the shoulders down, lift that torso up, keep lifting, 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 lifting until you can straighten the neck. All right, that didn't work. All right, there it is. Okay, and we're on the clock. Yeah, you can use the ball tamada or pull away from the ball. Yeah, try to pull away from the ball. If you need to lean into the ball, that's fine. Halfway there. Tuck the pelvis. Squeeze the inner thighs. Lift the waist and the hip. Shoulders, watch your shoulders. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Warriors. Woo. Scratching your butt. Okay. So what we're doing this time is we're not walking forward and back. We're doing push-ups. So the nice thing about the ball is you can be all the way here with the feet on the ground and just do something as easy as this. Or you can walk further out. Again, you can keep pelvis and do here. Just keep the body straight. You can do sides, do here, okay? Or you can go as low as you want on the ball. The further down the ball goes, the harder it is. What I need is the hands to be shoulder width. Make sure you lift the ribs, the abdominals, tuck the pelvis. When you bend, I want the elbows to reach back towards the outside of the ball, not out towards the sides of the rooms. Okay, so your elbows are bending at about 45 degrees. Your body's staying stiff. So as the chest and the shoulders go up, the legs are going to lift. yeah, because you're really solid. So pick where you need to be. If you need to warm up, start with the ball here, and then you can always change the position of the ball. Try to do anywhere between 6 to 10. We're aiming for 10, so pick something that's suitable. Try to put the ball somewhere so I can, okay, there we go. So press the feet into the ball, lift pelvis, abs, and ribs. Your rib cage is entirely to the ceiling, and go into your push-ups. 2, 3, good. 4. Keep the whole torso lifted. William, lift your pelvis and your abs more. You're collapsing through the pelvis. Lift, butt to ceiling. More and more abs to ceiling, more abs to ceiling. Whoa, 10. Oh, okay. Nice, more abs to ceiling, more. Good. Here's a stretch for you. So face Tamara, are you okay? So we're gonna be here. One arm is gonna go through and you're gonna stretch this way. We didn't have time to do squats. I guess it has to be next class. So I'm opening my knees a little bit. I'm arching my back and pushing my butt to the ceiling. And then I'm stretching. Okay, if you want to go down lower, just hold lower on the ball. Bring the back of the head into the mat and stretch. But I'm getting a deep stretch from this upper arm here. If it's too much on your shoulders, remember you can always do it on the floor. And then after 5 breaths, you can do the other side. You don't have to switch. I'm just switching for you to see me. So here, arm goes through. I'm gonna lower my hand a little bit so it's not so high. Okay, pelvis is reaching back. And then I'm rotating. I can go lower here and rotate more if I want. Good, come back, both hands on the ball, push forward, align the spine, align everything, and then press down. Now, butt can be to ceiling, or you can sit back and do it from any point that you're not stressed. Now, reach the tailbone back, the sit bones back, the crown of the head and the arms forward, and then down. Good, and roll up. And then we need to do those hip stretches again because we really work the side of the hips. So I'm gonna sit again with my back against the ball. I'll just take this side. And I'm gonna cross my leg again and stretch. Let's do 5 breaths here. Oh, nice and tight. Good. Then I release. I'm going to go to the other side and pull in as much as I need. Good. And release. All right, guys. Thank you. Keep stretching whatever else you need. That was really fun. It's nice to have strong people right in front of me doing the class with me. That was great. I guess we didn't make it to the squats, but next time I saved that pillar over there for us to do the standing squats and back extensions and stuff. We'll leave it for the next ball class like this, I guess. Nice work. That was really great. Really good job. Let me stop the recording.